Welcome to the Freaky Faith Q&A video for 300 subscribers. Thank you. I first want to start out by saying thank you all so much for 300 subscribers. And I'm always going to say this, but I really never thought I'd get to this point. I always thought I'd stay at 30 subs. Since I made my first video too, I thought most I'm getting is 30 subs. And you can look all the way back at that old Dead Bart video, which is fucking shit. I remember I had my air conditioner on and everything, and it was just horrible. But thank you all for motivating me to make this kind of a more permanent thing, something I can do more. And I know I'm not the best at keeping a schedule. My life is just really hectic, so thank you for being patient, and thank you for staying with me. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to read off a few questions, and I'm actually going to start from the bottom of the list up. So basically, the questions I have had the latest to the ones I've had the earliest. Okay. So the first question I have here is my favorite narration video I've made, and why? And this was asked by my boyfriend, Isaiah. So my favorite narration would have to probably be Crimson Kiss or my first Frightening 5 video about the scariest internet trends, because when I was doing the Crimson Kiss one, I narrated that one as best as I could. I felt like I could play that character a bit more, but then my internet trends one, I did a lot of editing. I spent days on it, so that one I like just because of the fact that I spent a lot of time on it and I worked really hard on it, and I'm kind of proud of the end result. The next question is, how do you feel about Trump's trans bans? This was asked by my friend Lenny. So my opinion on the trans ban is I don't think it was necessarily right. Mainly because I don't really agree with Trump's reasoning for why. It was that, they all have the mental illness of transgender, they have gender dysphoria, so that means they won't do as well in battle, and also they're probably just joining for the free surgery. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that's why some of them want to join the military. I think if they can pass a certain bar of physical strength and mental strength, that they should be allowed to join. That's just my opinion. I think it doesn't matter if they're trans or if they're straight or gay. If they can pass the physical and mental tests, then they should be allowed to join. That's just my opinion. I also have another fucking question by Lenny, but he just kept doing funny questions. So this one I'm just going to answer this to humor him. It was, how much do I nut in the butt? I don't know. I had no experience with that. Okay, next one. Favorite cuss word and ice cream. So my favorite, and this was asked by Katie World XYX. I think it's XYX. And my favorite cuss word is cunt. I kind of love calling people cunts, especially if they are major cunts, like onion cunt. Yeah, so cunt. That's my favorite cuss word. And my favorite ice cream is Butterfinger ice cream. I really love Butterfinger ice cream. That and butter pecan shit. Next one was, how long have I been on YouTube and how old am I? This was asked by Ivan the Doll. I've been on YouTube for about 2 years, but that was when my first video was posted. I joined, though, a few months before that, and I have actually been on for about 3 years, and I've been watching YouTube since I was, in elementary school. So I kind of grew up with watching, or I at least kind of grew up with watching YouTube. My younger brothers definitely grew up watching YouTube. And actually one of the first videos I watched was about Slender Man, so. And my age, I'm not giving that out yet. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. Sorry. Next question is, why would anyone follow 100+ people on Twitter? And this was asked by Mars239. I have no idea. I mean, I follow 100 plus people on Twitter, but that's usually because I like to follow other narrators just to have ties, or not just to have ties, but, you know, a lot of narrators follow other narrators because the horror community is kind of like a close community. We usually always follow each other. So that's why with at least the horror community, people will follow 100 plus people, and some other people just like to do the follow for follow thing. Favorite creepypasta, and this was asked by an anonymous person on my Sahara thing. So my favorite creepypasta would probably have to be Candle Cove, or I don't know. I mean, I definitely really like Candle Cove. I also like No End House, but I think Candle Cove is by far my favorite one. If you're talking favorite creepypasta character, I don't really have a favorite creepypasta character. I think they're all shit, but if I had to pick one, probably, Ben Drowned. I mean, I like the Ben Drowned story. It's just once he became like this kawaii little character that was supposed to be all hot and sexy, I just stopped. I just was like, no, I don't like it anymore. When will you make a hater video? Asked by Brawley2039. Now, originally, I didn't know what he was talking about until they told me basically one of those videos where I review my hate comments, and I don't think I'm going to make one on at least this channel. If I get some on my Faith Speaks channel, that seems more like the place to do it, because that's where I break more character and stuff. So, I don't think I'm going to make one on here. What inspired you to start making videos? Asked by another stupid artist on Instagram. You're not stupid. So what inspired me was I grew up with horror movies. I've watched them. Like, the first horror movie I watched, I was 6 months old. My dad tells that story every time, and it was like one of these really shitty, cheap ones. And what scared me was the music. Music, actually. And my dad, like, covered my eyes, but I would still shake, and I'd move his hand to watch it. But I think it was just, like, I really liked acting, and I really liked scary things. But I'm kind of a shitty actor in person, but I can do it if nobody's watching me. I can kind of, you know, do the whole voice acting thing. So I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. Why don't I start voice acting? And I also had been watching a lot of narrators at the time. I was watching Mr. Creepypasta, Creeps McPasta, Creepypasta Jr., Mr. Nightmare. I didn't watch Corpse Husband that much, which is what everybody loves to watch. It's just I didn't really like his stuff at the time. And not last question. Tips for future narrators and what makes a good horror movie. This was asked by Katie Emily Coolcat. Coolcat. Flashbacks to the IHE videos. So my tips for future narrators is to get on a tight schedule. Like, don't be loose with it, and also to make a lot of connections with people, because it took me a year to start talking to other narrators because I was that shy. And because I didn't spend that whole year just talking to other narrators, I didn't grow as much, which I could have done if I had talked to other people. And what makes a good horror movie? I think what makes a good horror movie is actually lack of gore, and lack of jump scares, because jump scares and gore is a cheesy way and just cheap way of getting scares. So when you have horror movies like Insidious, I guess, which use not that many jump scares, but they use scary visual effects, like stuff like that, really, I think truly is scary. Like, I remember I watched Insidious for the first time, and I could not go to sleep. Unless I watched, like, The Office or something. And even then, I was just terrified out of my mind. Next question is dogs or cats, asked by Anthony McClado, or how do you say that? I don't know. Anyway, I like cats more. I grew up with cats. I've only had one dog my whole life, And the only reason I don't prefer the dog more is because, one, it destroyed our spa. Because she was an outside dog, so we kind of let her run out in our lawn most of the day. Because if she stayed inside, she would not stay inside. So we had like Bluetooth fence around our yard. Anyway. So then, and then my dog died. And I thought it was my fault. So yeah, I grew up with cats. I loved my kitties. I remember one of my kitties used to always sleep by my head. His name is Smoochie. So yeah, I like cats more. But dogs are pretty cool too. I want a dog and cat when I move out, so yeah. Anyway, this was kind of more boring. I'm sorry if any of you got bored. I am not my peppy self. I'm really tired. I took Benadryl and shit, and it just really makes me tired. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions for when I get to 400 subs, what my specials should be, if I ever get to 400, please leave it down in the comments below. And what were your thoughts on this video? What are some creepypastas you want me to read, or poems even? Please leave them down below. And if you like my content, please subscribe. Seeing more subscribers makes me really happy because I feel like I'm doing something right. And that was all for this video. I'll see you later, my little freaks, with the new Frightening Fives. Peace out. Bye.